Hello everyone. So I'm back again with another video. This one is I would say it's mostly focused towards the sculpting because like I mentioned in my previous video, I wanted to make a few changes to the Janemba figure that I had recently got, and yeah, I thought that I'll make a video just for the sculpting part of it. Now, I would say that after my previous video, I did look into it and I figured out that I had mentioned a few things wrong, especially the tricep part, which is actually a part of the character. So, sorry about that. But either way, there were a few things that I wanted to change. First was I wanted to add a little more detail to his abdomen. For that, I took reference from the Figure Art Zero Janemba figure. And honestly, I wish I could add a little more detail, but this one there wasn't as much space to work around things. But other than that, yeah, I took the reference. I did have to do a little bit of disassembly, basically to remove the abdomen area from the legs, and other than that there wasn't really much. And like I had mentioned already, this figure does not need as much disassembly because of how many parts it already comes in, which kind of makes it easier to repaint. Either way, so this is the process of me sculpting the abdomen area and adding a little more detail to the leg. I think that was my major gripe with the figure. I wanted to see if I could make a few changes to the point where I am satisfied with it. Now, initially when I started with the figure, I tried to cut into it directly but realized it was too hard, so I had to go and heat it up, and that's when the disassembly came in. I was able to remove the abdomen area, and after that, yeah, I could easily cut through it and make space for sculpting, basically, because many a times when I'm adding more material to it, I can't just add directly to the surface because that will form a separate layer and it wouldn't really look as good. So I had to remove a little bit so that I could add more. I did that with both the abdomen and the legs. So yeah, and throughout the process I was constantly referring to the Figure Arts Janemba figure. I don't have that figure, but I found pictures online and I was referring to them, trying to get it as close to it as possible. And then also I wanted to add a little more separation in the leg muscles, because in the original figure it looked as if the whole thing was just melted together, which kind of didn't look as well. I mean, of course, in the character reference pictures for Janemba, there is not as much detail on the legs, so it is not really something necessary, but I just wanted to add it for the sake of aesthetics. And you could also see these separations in the Figure Art figure, so I wanted to try to imitate that. It was a little bit complicated, I would say, because working with the legs was, I would say, it was just a little cramped. It wasn't really that complex, but it was cramped. Either way, it was fun. Working with putty is always interesting, especially when I'm working on modifying figures and stuff. I just decided to keep it a separate video so that I can talk about it a little bit, because if I put it along with the painting video, it would just be too fast for me to make any actual comments about it. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this sculpting, and I hope you like the video. We'll soon have the painted figure, and yeah, I can't wait to see how it actually looks once it's done painting. So yeah, until next time, bye bye.